My wife. I used underhanded tactics to win her over. Everyone covets my beautiful wife, and I know their tactics all too well. They shamelessly approach her and seduce her. You ask how I can tell? Because I got here the very same way. The first time I met my wife was at her wedding. She was the bride, and I was a groomsman. The groom, Yuan Zhong, bragged to me, "Fang Yuan, isn't my wife gorgeous?" I looked at the beautiful bride in the distance and sincerely nodded. "She's stunning. You're a lucky man." Sitting beside me, he went on and on. "If the old man hadn't forced me, I never would have wanted to marry her. She's lucky to be marrying me." I frowned at his words. He had it all and still played the victim. Then my mother's voice suddenly came from behind me. "What are you looking at? Jealous? Yuan Zhong is 2 years younger than you, and he's getting married. Yet you can't even find a girlfriend." Here we go again. The classic marriage pressure routine. I patiently listened to my mother's nagging, then snorted and said bluntly, "It's because you two didn't work hard enough. If you worked harder, I'd be the one in an arranged marriage with her today." My father suddenly cut in from beside us. "Our family needs an arranged marriage. Then why did you build the family business so big? You ruined my chance to marry her." He had a point, but I was never one for reason. My mother looked at me, then at the bride in the distance. She leaned close and whispered, "Son, let me remind you, being the other man is immoral." I nodded to show I understood. I gave my mother a look that said, "Don't worry. But your son has no morals. After all, if you swing the hoe hard enough, there's no relationship you can't break apart. Today, the other man. Tomorrow, the husband." I was considering how to take out the groom in front of everyone and smoothly take his place, when Yuan Zhong hurriedly dragged me into a corner of the corridor. Oh, there's my chance. As I debated whether to knock him out or break his third leg, Yuan Zhong tugged at my sleeve, his face grim. "Fang Yuan, Zhao Jiao was in a car accident. Zhao Jiao texted me. She's pregnant with my child." What should I do? Who was Zhao Jiao again? Oh, the woman he'd been locked in a love-hate entanglement with for 3 or 4 years. His unforgettable first love. TSK. Yuan Zhong is such a sleazebag. How should I know what to do? I knew what answer he wanted to hear, so I pretended to understand and advised him. "Go to her. You can have countless weddings, but your Zhao Jiao only has one life." Then, what about the wedding? He looked at me with faint hope. Clearly, he already had a plan. I played along. "So, what do you suggest?" "Fang Yuan, we're built similarly. Could you wear a mask, pretend to be me, and finish the wedding?" "Ha, the sleazebag wants both women? He's dreaming." I frowned, looking hesitant. "Wouldn't it be wrong for me to pretend to be you and finish the wedding? It is your wedding, after all. There's nothing wrong with it. As long as you don't tell anyone, no one will know." Yuan Zhong pressed his palms together in plea. "Fang Yuan, I'm begging you." I nodded, pretending to be reluctant. The moment he got my agreement, Yuan Zhong tried to run out without a second's hesitation. "Wait," I called him back. "Fang Yuan, you aren't backing out, are you?" Smiling, I pointed at his groom's suit. "Take off the groom's suit, or you might not get out." Yuan Zhong froze for a second. Without thinking, he stripped off the groom's suit and shoved it at me. Then he bolted for the exit. "Fang Yuan, I'm counting on you." "Fine, leave it to me. I'll take good care of my bride." I pointed to the side door of the hall. "Run this way. Fewer people will see you." "Fang Yuan, you're always so thorough." As I watched him disappear, my childhood friend and fellow groomsman, Xiao Huohuo, silently appeared behind me. "Yuan, where's Yuan Zhong going?" "He's running from the wedding." "Running from the wedding? Then what happens to the wedding?" Xiao Huohuo's voice cracked in shock. I didn't answer his question. Instead, I said mysteriously, "Get some people to follow Yuan Zhong. See what's going on with him and his Zhao Jiao. Shouldn't we bring Yuan Zhong back?" Xiao Huohuo looked at me, confused. As I leisurely changed into the groom's suit, I said, "No. Make sure he can't come back." I walked to the bride's dressing room. I lightly knocked on the door. A breathtakingly beautiful voice answered from inside. "Come in." I pushed open the door. NGÂN sat at the vanity, making her final preparations. 2 bridesmaids were tidying up nearby. She tilted her head and looked at me through the mirror, then smiled softly. "Mr. Fang, is something wrong?" God, she was gorgeous. I stepped closer, keeping a polite distance. "Miss Bai, may we speak privately?" "Soon." At her gesture, both bridesmaids left the dressing room. "What is it? Can you tell me now?" "Yuan Zhong has fled the wedding." Her composed smile froze for a moment. I continued bluntly. His ex-girlfriend is pregnant with his child. He even wanted me to wear a mask and impersonate him. To deceive you. But her reaction caught me somewhat off guard. She froze only briefly, then quickly composed herself. She looked at me in confusion. Why are you telling me this? Mr. Fang, isn't Yuan Zhong your good friend? Who would be friends with a sleazebag like him? He doesn't deserve it. I don't call anyone with morals that low my brother. And of course, I didn't want to deceive you either, Miss Bai, or watch you walk into a disaster. After a long silence, Bai Ningbing forced a smile and looked at me. Thank you for telling me, if that's all. Perhaps you could consider me instead. What do you mean? Form a marriage alliance with me instead. I'm a better match for you than Yuan Zhong. I know you and Yuan Zhong have no real feelings for each other. Your families arranged this match. From a business standpoint, the Fang family is a better match than the Yuan family. In body and mind, I'm far cleaner than Yuan Zhong. I have no romantic history, or any ambiguous entanglements. There are none before marriage, and there will be none after. I'm a man of integrity. Marry me, and I'll be faithful to you and our marriage. For proof, look at the Fang family over the past 3 generations. My family has never had mistresses or children born out of wedlock. I'm an only child. If you marry me, you'll be the only Mrs. Fang. So, Miss Bai, would you consider changing grooms? After saying that, I waited nervously for her answer. But Bai Ningbing seemed to have misunderstood something. Mr. Fang, what do you want from the Bai family? I understood that. She meant I had some ulterior motive. She wasn't wrong. I did have another motive. But what I wanted was you. After all, with your family background, you could find a better match for an arranged marriage. Please, you're the best match there is. Why put yourself down? But if I told her the truth, she definitely wouldn't believe me. My parents are pressuring me to marry. I need a wife. And, Miss Bai, you're the most suitable. Bai Ningbing was silent for a long time. She shook her head, unconvinced by that reason. If you wanted to get married, countless women would be willing to marry you. But you're the only one who makes my heart race. Once we had settled it, I had just stepped out of the dressing room when Xiao Huo rushed over impatiently. Yuan, the officiant is starting to rush us. What are we supposed to do without a groom? Tell the officiant the groom has changed. Changed to who? Looking into his eyes, so pure and clueless, I pointed at the groom's boutonniere on my chest. Who else? Me, obviously. Xiao Huo's eyes went wide. Yuan, you're stealing the bride. You got a problem with that? Of course not. I'll tell them to change the posters and replace the groom right away. His voice drifted away as he hurried off. He looked even more excited than I was. He eagerly told them to replace the posters. The groom's name was changed from Yuan Zhong to Fang Yuan. In less than 20 minutes, the wedding began on schedule. I'd become Miss Bai's groom just as I'd hoped. Xiao Huo, standing beside me, grinned broadly. I glanced at him. You're happy? My best buddy is getting married. Of course I'm happy. What about Yuan Zhong? Don't know him. Never heard of him. No idea who he is. Now that's what I call a true brother. I was pleased. There was some unrest among the guests, but thanks to the Fang family's good reputation, it soon settled down. The ceremony began. My Miss Bai slowly appeared to the lilting music. She was so beautiful. She was really going to be my wife. I took off toward her in long strides. Xiao Huo growled under his breath beside me. Hey, what are you doing? Ignoring his nagging, I ran toward my wife. A single guy like him wouldn't understand. When you're marrying your wife, of course you run. Otherwise, what if someone with bad intentions runs off with my wife? Meeting my father-in-law's fiery glare, I held out my hand with utmost sincerity. Dad, rest assured, you can leave Bing Bing to me. I'll treat Bing Bing well. My father-in-law shot me a glare. Who are you calling Dad? Don't call me that. Sweetheart, how about we don't go through with this? Dad will support you for the rest of your life. No. He looked at Bai Ningbing beside him, his eyes brimming with tears. But Bai Ningbing merely took her father's arm, calm and composed. How could my father-in-law tear apart a loving couple? I quickly cut him off before he could work his magic. Dad, my feelings for Bing Bing are genuine. HMPH. What decent person could be friends with Yuan Zhong? Damn it. Yuan Zhong really was a piece of work. He'd even ruined my image in my father-in-law's eyes. I carefully moved to Bing Bing's other side, then secretly took her hand and gave it a little shake. Bing Bing, you promised you'd marry me. I promised you. My father-in-law glared at me again. I smiled right back at him. Nothing I can do. Bingbing chose this herself. The wedding ended perfectly. I'd successfully married my wife. My dad looked at me with a frown and spoke quietly. Next time, clean up your mess properly. Following his gaze, I saw Yuan Zhong's parents gagged, tied up in a corner of the hall. They nearly disrupted your wedding with my daughter-in-law. I was genuinely grateful. I gave Dad an enormous bow. Thank you, Dad. My dad ignored me after that and walked over to Ningbing's parents with a smile. My dear in-laws, my son acted rather rashly. But rest assured, the Fang family knows proper etiquette. Ningbing will receive everything she is due. While they exchanged pleasantries, my mom quickly slipped my ID card into my hand. Your father and I will handle the reception. Take my daughter-in-law to get your marriage certificate now, before anything else can happen. Damn, that's my mom. She'd thought of everything. I stood outside the dressing room, calmly waiting for my wife to change into her formal dress. My phone chimed. It was a message from that lousy friend, Yuan Zhong. Fang Yuan, how did the wedding go? Perfectly. He instantly replied with a meme of a dog kneeling in thanks. Fang Yuan, thank you so much for today. My fingers paused as I smiled broadly. No, I should be thanking you. Yuan Zhong did not understand and sent a question mark. Just then, the dressing room door opened. I instantly lost all interest in chatting. I blocked and deleted him in one swift move. I looked up to see Bingbing emerge in a red kipao. She looked gorgeous. She was finally my wife. Did you bring your identification card? It's in my purse. What do you need my identification card for? She looked at me in confusion. To register our marriage. Does it have to be so urgent? Yes, very urgent. Only the law can make me feel secure. We hurried there, catching every green light. The car came to a smooth stop outside the registry office. I looked at Ningbing beside me, unable to stop myself from asking, do you really want to marry me? You won't regret it. The moment I said it, I regretted it. My heart began to race. Was I some kind of gentleman? Why was I even asking? And I was still asking. What if my Bingbing changed her mind? Luckily, she had no regrets. Yes, get out. Let's get our license. I followed her, completely satisfied. Everything went smoothly. In less than 20 minutes, our marriage certificates were in hand. Happily, I snapped photo after photo of our marriage certificates. Why are you taking pictures? I'm announcing it publicly. I answered as if it were obvious. After taking the pictures, I smoothly slipped both marriage certificates into my left breast pocket, then pulled up my WeChat QR code and held it out to her. Add me. I'll send you the pictures. Do I have to make it official too? She looked a little bewildered. I looked seriously into her eyes. Does Mrs. Fang want everyone to think she's still single? Before she could answer, I put on my best innocent act. Of course, if you don't want to. I won't force you. Don't feel pressured. Announcing it publicly is my personal choice. It's simply how I show my commitment to our marriage. Speechless, she rubbed her forehead, but still nodded. I want to as well. Wonderful. Friend added done. Marriage announced done. My guilt trip may have been clumsy, but it worked. Just as I was celebrating, the next moment, her phone began ringing insistently. I accidentally saw that the caller was saved as Yuan Zhong. It was an accident. I definitely was not snooping. Bingbing did not answer for a long while. I politely asked, do you need me to step away? Or do you not want to answer? No need. With that, she answered the call and turned on speakerphone. The corner of my mouth curved up. Heh. Bingbing really didn't treat me like an outsider. An angry roar came through the phone. Ningbing, what did you post on WeChat Moments? A marriage certificate. I wasn't even there. How could you have gotten the marriage certificate? What marriage did you get? You even photoshopped images to trick me. His hysterical rant made me laugh. Did he still not know what was going on? Then he must be terribly unpopular. Not one person had told him the truth. I spoke up at just the right moment. Bingbing, why don't you stop hanging around someone so emotionally unstable? He'll only ruin your mood. Okay, I'll listen to you. Who's speaking? Is that Fang Yuan? What did you say? Before he could finish, Bingbing hung up on him. Before I could say anything more, the phone rang again. I did not need to guess who it was. I kept pouring tea as I said, how about I explain it to him? After all, he's still with his ex-girlfriend. Maybe no one told him we got married. Maybe he still doesn't know what's going on. No, just block him. Bingbing coldly hung up, then blocked his number and WeChat. Yes, blocked, done. My parents could handle the wedding banquet. So I took Bingbing straight back to the Fang residence. The moment the car stopped, Two rows of people were already waiting at the entrance. Uncle Hao, the butler, was grinning as though Christmas had come early. He led the household staff in calling out together, "Welcome home, young master and madam. Wishing you a happy marriage and children soon." I fell silent for 2 seconds. I never should have let Mom watch all those cheesy mini-dramas. Bing Bing stood beside me, the tips of her ears visibly reddening. I quickly introduced everyone to her. "This is Uncle Hao, our butler. This is our cook. And this is the gardener." After introducing everyone, I looked at the staff. "Today is a joyous day for our family. Everyone will receive a red envelope of 9,999 yuan. Share in our good fortune." Their smiles immediately became much more genuine. After a hectic day, Bing Bing and I finally sat down for dinner. I had just picked up a piece of fish when Uncle Hao appeared beside the table, as if he had teleported. "Young master, young mistress, madam asked me to pass this on. She and your father will not be back tonight. They're staying with the Bai family." My chopsticks froze. The Bai family? Isn't that my in-laws' home? Bing Bing was stunned too. "Why are Mom and Dad staying at my house?" Uncle Hao froze for 2 seconds, working hard to keep a straight face. "Madam said that since you suddenly left home, she feared your parents might not be used to it. So she and Master Fang went to keep them company." I nearly applauded my mom. That was my mom, all right. She did not just help me steal the bride. She even managed to keep my in-laws calm. I turned to Bing Bing, my tone sincere. "I'm sorry. My mom isn't usually like this. She's probably just too excited that we're married." Bing Bing smiled. "It's fine. Mom is adorable. Adorable or not, that won't do. If she's too adorable, she'll steal my wife from me." I cleared my throat, ready to press my advantage. "Our family has a rule. Before marriage, you cannot move out. You must be home before 10 every night. A good husband takes the initiative to prove to his wife that he is above reproach." I was just about to continue. "Now that we're married, we can move out." Uncle Hao suddenly raised his voice. "Madam also said the family rules apply only to men. If Madam isn't comfortable living here, she and Master Fang can move out instead." I slowly looked up at him. "Mom, those were my lines. How could she even steal my dialogue?" Bing Bing had been a little embarrassed, but after hearing that, she laughed instead. "No need to move. I'm comfortable here. A full house is lively." My barely budding life alone with my wife was crushed in an instant. I stared at the Bluetooth earpiece in Uncle Hao's ear. "Uncle Hao, I suggest you get a new earpiece. That blinking one is far too obvious." Uncle Hao immediately covered his ear. "I have no idea what you're talking about." Then he turned and ran. After dinner, Bing Bing's face showed clear signs of exhaustion after everything she had been through today. She was a bride who had first been jilted by her groom, then stolen away by me, and dragged off to get a license and announce our marriage. The fact that she had made it this far was already incredibly gracious of her. I pushed down the improper thoughts swirling in my heart, then asked softly, "Would you like to turn in early?" She nodded. "I'd like to wash up first. I feel a little sticky." The air suddenly went quiet. I took her up to the 3rd floor. The moment I opened the bedroom door, I froze completely. Red roses covered the floor, red bedding, and a highly suggestive swan sat by the bed. That really was my own mother. In so little time. She had even decorated our bridal suite. I immediately explained, "Don't get the wrong idea. My mom must have arranged all this." Bing Bing looked at the 2 swans. She gave a quiet hum. I didn't get the wrong idea. The calmer she was, the guiltier I felt. I turned toward the walk-in closet. "We don't have any pajamas for you. Wear mine for now." Halfway through saying it, I saw a row of brand new women's pajamas hanging in the closet. Every color was there. The styles were daring, and they used very little fabric. I closed my eyes. God, who exactly is trying to besmirch my innocence? Bing Bing walked in a beat later, and saw them too. I raised both hands. "If I said I didn't prepare these, would you believe me?" She said nothing. Just then, my phone chimed. I opened it. My mother's voice message played automatically. Yuan, Mom prepared a surprise for you and Bing Bing. Remember to check it out." The next message said, "It's in your walk-in closet. Case closed." My mom was the culprit. I immediately tried to preserve the Fang family's respectable image. "I'll have them taken away and replaced with normal pajamas." "No need." Bing Bing's earlobes turned visibly red. She picked the set with the most fabric and went into the bathroom. The door had barely closed when I immediately sent Mom an 800-character rant. Its central message was just one sentence. You're tarnishing your son's chastity." When the bathroom door opened, steam drifted out first. Bing Bing stood in the doorway, her hair half damp, a bath towel draped over her shoulders. She was not wearing the most outrageous one, but it still left my mind blank for 3 seconds. I lowered my gaze to the carpet. "Stay calm. Fang Yuan. You are a moral man. Not exceedingly so, but at least be one today." Bing Bing glanced at me, her expression slightly strange. "Why don't you take a shower too?" "Calm down." My voice was a little hoarse. "Yes, go in right now." The bathroom still carried the scent of her body wash. I turned on the cold water and stood beneath it for a long while. When I came out, I could only wrap myself in a bathrobe. Bing Bing was already sitting on the edge of the bed. The red blanket covered most of her body. She looked impossibly pure. I pulled my bathrobe collar higher. Then I thought about it and loosened it a little. If my wife likes what she sees, that is a husband's honor. I sat beside her on the bed and spoke seriously. "Bing Bing, as husband and wife, there are some things I want to discuss with you." "Go ahead." "I'm a rather traditional man. I don't do the whole contract marriage thing. You will be my only wife for the rest of my life, and I want our marriage to be normal, healthy, and faithful to each other." She looked at me without interrupting. I continued, "But we only truly got to know each other today. I won't force you. If you're not willing, I'll wait. And if you are, I'll still respect your pace." After saying that, I was almost moved by my own words. Bai Ningbing was silent for a long time. Then she nodded softly. "Yes, I understand." Half the weight on my heart lifted. Then I cautiously asked, "Then can I sleep in the bed tonight?" She looked away. "Whatever you want." Whatever you want meant yes. I quickly lifted the covers and lay down, eyes closed. Time to sleep. Sharing a bed done. That night, I didn't sleep very soundly, because as Bing Bing slept, her hand landed on me. I resisted for half a second, then honestly pulled her into my arms. In the middle of the night, it was a little thrilling, but I showed great restraint. I only held her. I didn't try anything. I really was such a proper husband. At 6 in the morning, I woke up right on time. Bing Bing slept in my arms, her breathing soft. Her lashes cast a small shadow in the morning light. She was so adorable. I wanted to kiss her. A morning kiss on my wife's forehead. That wasn't too much, right? It was a husband's legal right. I lowered my head and lightly kissed her forehead. Just one kiss, then I pulled away. Perfectly respectful. Then I got up and lifted weights in the gym for an hour. As a qualified husband, I had to stay in peak condition at all times. After working out, I washed up and fixed my hair and clothes. When I returned to the bedroom, Bing Bing had just woken up. She looked at me sleepily. "When did you wake up?" "Just a little while ago." I tucked the strand of hair by her lips behind her ear. "It's still early. Do you want to sleep a little longer?" She shook her head. Just as she raised a hand to rub her eyes, she suddenly noticed a pink diamond ring on her ring finger. "Did you put this on me?" "Yes. It's the wedding ring I owe you. Yesterday's wedding was too rushed. I didn't want to fob you off with the ring Yuan Zhong prepared." She lowered her head and looked at it for a long while. "Where did it come from?" "My mom gave it to me. It's been passed down through the Fang family. Only a Mrs. Fang can have it. Fortune really favors the prepared." Clearly, my family had prepared thoroughly. "Do you like it?" "I like it. When you have time, we'll pick out a matching pair of rings. Choose any style you like. My wife deserves the very best." She nodded with a smile. That smile almost made me lose it again. I immediately stood up. "I had someone bring you new clothes. Change. Then come downstairs. I'll wait for you to have breakfast." I couldn't stay any longer. If I did, I would no longer look like a gentleman. At the breakfast table, Bing Bing ate half a crystal shrimp dumpling, then suddenly asked, "Don't you have work today?" I answered as if it were obvious. "I'm taking wedding leave." I could have died laughing. With a newlywed wife at home, who would go to work? She looked a little embarrassed. I made plans to go shopping with Ryan today. I was disappointed for a second, then immediately perked up. "Where are you going?" "I'll take you. I'll pick you up when you're done. Don't worry. I'll wait right outside. I won't interrupt you too." As I said that, I went for my car keys. No need." She hurriedly waved her hands. "Ryan will pick me up." Before I could say another word, she grabbed her bag and slipped away, leaving me and my car keys all alone. Fine. Bing Bing has her own social circle too. I couldn't interfere with her freedom right after we got married, even though I really wanted to. Uncle Hao appeared from some random corner. "Young master, don't look like an abandoned wife. If you're idle, go to work. Work until you drop." I gave him a look. I wish short video apps would clean up their content for older viewers. Just then, my phone chimed twice in a row. My mom, son, your father, your in-laws, and I are traveling abroad together. You and Bing Bing get along nicely, okay? My dad, now that you're married, the company is yours to run. I am retiring with honor. I stared at the screen, as if they had completed some system quest, and collectively gone abroad to live it up. I replied to my mom first. Mom, Bing Bing and I just got married. We haven't even gone on our honeymoon yet. Is this really appropriate? Then I replied to my dad. Dad, 50 is the prime age to chase your ambitions. Your retirement application is denied? After sending those messages, I went back to waiting around like a husband pining for his wife. That afternoon, the doorbell rang. I sprang to my feet. Bing Bing is back. Who's on duty today? How could anyone make my wife ring the doorbell? Uncle Hao quickly stopped me. Young Master Yuan is here. Oh, that poor sap is here. I sat back down on the couch. I did not even have the energy to stand. A moment later, Yuan Zhong stormed in. He threw his phone down beside me. Brother Fang Yuan, what is that post of yours supposed to mean? I spread my hands. Exactly what it looks like. Didn't you promise to pretend to be me and finish the wedding? Oh, I changed my mind. I said sincerely, I'm an ethical man. I could never pretend to be the groom and deceive the bride. Yuan Zhong was so furious his eyes turned red. You're ethical? You stole my wife. I rubbed my nose, feeling guilty for only a second. You two never got a marriage certificate, and you never finished the wedding. She isn't your wife. Besides, you were the one who left her to go find Zhu Zhaojiao. You even said she was carrying your child. Yuan Zhong, when has anyone ever gotten to have it both ways? He pointed at me, his hand shaking. You have no shame. I nodded. If I had any shame, I would never have married Bing Bing. He wanted to keep shouting, but Uncle Hao had already had him politely escorted out. The door closed. The living room was finally quiet. I opened my social feed and found Yuan Zhong had already left. Over a dozen comments under my marriage announcement. The first few demanded to know why I had lied to him. Then he started calling me shameless, claiming Bai Ningbing was his fiancée. I did not reply to a single one. First, I took screenshots, then sent them to Xiao Huohuo. I added, back them up. Xiao Huohuo replied instantly. Brother Yuan, are you preparing for a lawsuit or fight? I replied, as civilized people, we preserve the evidence first. Violence is so inelegant. The more Yuan Zhong kicks up a fuss, the more it proves how guilty he was when he ran from his own wedding. I turned and instructed. From now on, if anyone from the Yuan family comes, do not let them in, especially Yuan Zhong. Soon, it was 6 in the evening. My phone had been ringing all afternoon. All harassment from Yuan Zhong using different numbers. But Bing Bing had not sent a single message. I began to suspect my phone was broken. Just then, it chimed again. I grabbed my phone and car keys and headed out. Bing Bing must be asking me to pick her up. But my mom's name was on the screen. Son, you need to understand your parents' good intentions. We took your in-laws away with us to give you and Bing Bing some time alone together. I stared at the words, time alone, then at the empty couch. What kind of opportunity was this? An opportunity to sleep alone in an empty room. Uncle Hao drifted over again. Young master, why not call the young mistress? Tell her it is dinner time, and ask whether we should wait to eat with her. That made sense. When it mattered, Uncle Hao was somewhat useful after all. I immediately called Bing Bing. The second she answered, a young man's voice came through first. Sis, I've been asking you to carry me. Why won't you listen? My skills are seriously top-notch. You have to trust me. Then Bing Bing's voice came on. Okay. I know you're good at it. The call disconnected. I stood frozen in place. My world had just collapsed. Stay calm. I had to stay calm. My wife was still young. She did not understand those sleazy tricks out there. Someone must be trying to seduce her. I had patience. I would deal with them, one by one. Uncle Hao carefully spoke up. Are you not up to the task? Otherwise, why would the young mistress look elsewhere? Uncle Hao. I slowly turned to look at him. Sometimes, silence is a form of kindness. Uncle Hao shut up. 30 seconds later, he could not hold it in anymore. Should I find you an old Chinese doctor? You are the Fang family's only heir. You cannot avoid treatment out of embarrassment. Sometimes the gentlest blade cuts deepest. I decided to stab him right back. Uncle Hao, you are a virgin in your 50s. You have no right to discuss this with me. Wonderful. There was one more heartbroken man in the Fang household. By the time Bing Bing came home, it was nearly 10 at night. She pushed open the door and walked in. When she saw Uncle Hao and me sitting on the couch, she noticeably paused. Sorry, I got back late. Ryan and I both forgot I was married. She dropped me off at my house. Great, another stab to the heart. I looked at her and immediately noticed she was not wearing this morning's outfit. I heard my heart crack, then shatter completely. There was no piecing it back together. It was fine. I couldn't start taking her affection for granted yet. I had to endure. Once I had fully won my wife's heart, I would deal with all those random people outside. Uncle Hao stepped in at the crucial moment. Not late at all. I was just keeping young master company over a late-night snack. Young mistress, I made bird's nest soup for you. Would you like some now? Bing Bing glanced at me, then nodded. Thank you, Uncle Hao. When Uncle Hao brought out the bird's nest soup, pretending it was casual, he asked, Young madam, this is not the outfit you wore this morning, is it? Did you not like the clothes delivered from the boutique? Shall I have them send another batch? There is no need, Bing Bing explained. I liked this morning's outfit. I changed because I was gaming with our Yuan and accidentally spilled my drink. Gaming. I jerked my head up. Gaming. So the guy on the phone was her gaming teammate. Not some flashy, shameless flirt out there. Bing Bing had not abandoned me. I was still her one and only lapdog. I immediately moved closer. What game were you playing? Is it fun? Honor of Kings. You want to play? You can try it when you have time. I nodded. Once I secretly got good at it. Next time, Bing Bing would only carry me. Before I went upstairs, Uncle Hao stopped me. Young master, men need to take initiative. You cannot just wait for the woman to speak first. And you need to believe in yourself. Expressionless, I said. Thanks, but I do not need your advice. I have my own pace. I kissed her forehead this morning. A kiss tonight is not too much to ask. After exchanging a few more words with Uncle Hao, when I returned to the bedroom, Bing Bing was already in the bathroom. I walked into the dressing room. My mom had prepared pajamas not only for Bing Bing, but for me too. I looked them over and chose the black set. Today's battle gear. That was the one. I waited my turn for Bing Bing to come out. Before long, the bathroom door opened. My wife was wearing black too. What a coincidence. Matching couples pajamas. I almost could not stop myself from smiling. Keep it together. Take a shower. Then seduce Bing Bing. I showered thoroughly, leaving my hair slightly damp, with the ends hanging naturally. When I came out, I deliberately slowed my steps. But Bing Bing took one look at me, then went back into the bathroom. I stood at the door. Who was in that bathroom? Why would she rather look in the mirror than at me? When she came out again, her face was even redder than before. That outfit. I washed them. I washed yesterday's too. Do not worry. I washed them thoroughly. The tips of her ears instantly turned scarlet. You do not have to wash them for me. I can do it myself. How could I let that happen? Washing my wife's intimate clothes is a husband's honor. Men are stronger. We were born to do the laundry. Bing Bing, do not spoil me. I took her hand. She was still hesitating. So I asked softly, Bing Bing, may I kiss you? She froze for a moment. Meant yes. I did not give her a chance to change her mind. I lowered my head and kissed her. She did not push me away, nor did she avoid me. So I took just a little more liberty. The kiss lasted longer than I imagined. So long that I nearly forgot I had just said I would be a decent man. What happened after that? I will not go into the details. Anyway, the next morning, I woke up holding Bing Bing. We were pressed close together. The moment I fully woke up, my entire body went rigid. Worse still, Bing Bing woke up too. I was done for. My wife was about to discover that her husband was a pervert crazily obsessed with her. The hand around her waist slowly loosened. I was about to pull back, but 1 second after I let go, she pulled my hand back. Do not move. My brain instantly short-circuited. What did she mean? Do not move. Was she telling me not to move my hand, or not to move at all? The room fell quiet. Neither of us said another word. We simply held each other, listening as our breathing slowly grew uneven. That morning's workout was naturally delayed. Later, after changing into workout clothes, I invited her. Bing Bing, want to work out together? She bit her lip. I am not very good at exercising. It is fine. You can be my human dumbbell. What does that mean? You will see when we get there. With coaxing and a little trickery, I led Bing Bing into the gym. First, we stretch. It prevents injuries. stretching together, is perfect for bringing a married couple closer. She was unfamiliar with the movements, so I held her wrist and guided her slowly. When she could not extend her leg, I supported her ankle and moved it forward a little. Whenever she frowned, I stopped at once. Does it hurt? No. Then relax a little more. As we continued, a thin sheen of sweat appeared on her forehead. She looked far more alert than when she had first woken. I took the chance to suggest our first exercise. Weighted push-ups. Sit on my back and add some weight. At first, she barely perched on me, as if afraid she would crush me. I could not help laughing. Bing bing. You are too light. This will not do anything. She went quiet for 2 seconds, then slowly settled her weight. I started doing push-ups. 1, 2, 3. The person on my back swayed. If you feel unsteady, hold onto my shoulders. Her hands lightly settled on my shoulders. I nearly lost my composure on the spot. We switched to a few more exercises after that. I admit it. This workout had a little selfish motive mixed into it. But Bing Bing did not refuse either. When we finally finished, she leaned against the equipment, catching her breath. Her hair was slightly tousled, and her cheeks were noticeably flushed. I handed her a towel and some warm water. Good work. She took them and glanced at me. Did you plan this all along? No. It was just a spur-of-the-moment idea. She did not believe me. That is fine, as long as I believe it myself. After we washed up, we sat at the table for breakfast. Bing Bing ate so sweetly that day. Her cheeks slightly puffed out. My fingers were itching to give them a little squeeze, but I held back. I could not disturb my wife while she ate. It might upset her stomach. Just then, the phone between us lit up. It was Bing Bing's. A message flashed across the screen. Bing Bing, do not believe Fang Yuan. He is a complete hypocrite. He tricked me into leaving the wedding, then tricked you into marrying him. Right after that, a 30-second voice message came through. It had to be Yuan Zhong. I instinctively reached to stop her from playing it, but Bing Bing was faster. I only managed to place my hand over hers. Bing Bing, I was wrong. Everything Yuan Zhong said is a lie. Do not believe him. If it is all lies, why are you apologizing first? Could I say it was instinct? It was marital wisdom I learned from my father. When in doubt, apologize first. If once is not enough, apologize again. And if that still fails, put on an act. But I could not lie to my wife. I released her hand and confessed honestly. Half of what he said is true. Bing Bing picked up her phone, scanned the message, and played the voice note. It was an edited conversation. Yuan Zhong said Zhao Jiao had been in a car accident. I said a wedding could be held countless times. Yuan Zhong asked what would happen to the wedding. I said I would impersonate him and finish the ceremony. I even told him to take off his clothes and leave through the side door. The final line was Yuan Zhong, choked with gratitude. Brother Fang Yuan, you really thought of everything. When it ended, only one thought remained in my mind. That pathetic excuse for a brother dared edit the voice message to frame me. He was finished. Bai Ningbing looked up at me. A wedding can be held countless times. Oh no, I was finished too. I immediately sat up straight. Bing Bing, let me explain. All right. She set down her phone. Explain. I froze. Why was she not following the usual script? Was she not supposed to say, I will not listen? I gathered my thoughts. The voice note was edited. I did support him going to find Zhu Jiao, and I did tell him to change clothes and leave through the side door. But as for impersonating the groom, he was the one who begged me to do it. She looked at me. He begged you, and you helped him. I fell silent. Was it not because I wanted to steal his bride? Something that hurt him and benefited me. Of course, I would help with that. But if I said that aloud, it would only make things worse. I promptly admitted fault. I am sorry, Bing Bing. I willingly helped him run away from the wedding, but I do not regret it. Her voice was icy. Pretending to be pitiful will not work. You are not pitiful. I immediately behaved myself. I was wrong. Punish me however you want, as long as you can forgive me. She set down her chopsticks. Her words were colder than ice water. Fine, then. Divorce. My chest tightened. No, you can do anything you want, except leave me. That is the one thing I will not accept. She picked up her phone and stood. Then there is nothing left to discuss. I wanted to stop her, but I did not dare. I was afraid she would get even angrier. All I could do was follow behind her. She turned back. Do not follow me. I stopped where I was. I could only watch her get in a car and leave. Half an hour later, I sat in a private room in a tea house. Xiao Huo looked at me, wearing a gossipy grin. Brother Yuan, you are newly married. Yet you are not with your wife. Instead, you called me out for drinks. Shut up. Drink. He looked at the alcohol on the table, then at the tea house's wooden door. Who comes to a tea house to drink their sorrows away? As a decent husband, I would never show up at some shady nightlife spot. Xiao Huohuo was silent for a long time, before finally saying, Brother Yuan, you are kind of nuts. There is no explaining it to a bachelor like you. Still, he could not resist asking, so, why did you and your wife fight? At that, I got even angrier. I told you to investigate Yuan Zhong and Zhu Jiaojiao. Did you find anything? Xiao Huohuo's eyes lit up. I actually found something. Zhu Jiaojiao is not carrying Yuan Zhong's child. Yuan Zhong thinks it is his, and he even planned to keep her as a secret mistress. But Zhu Jiaojiao was not satisfied. On the wedding day, she deliberately staged a car crash to trick him into going to the hospital. Classic. Could it be any more predictable? I tapped the tea table with my fingertips. Then let us teach Yuan Zhong a lesson. Put a bag over his head? No. I looked at him. Let us show him what it feels like to be cuckolded. I want Yuan Zhong to be absolutely convinced that the child in Zhu Jiaojiao's womb is his. Xiao Huohuo gave me a thumbs up. Brother Yuan, you are ruthless. I ignored him. The sky slowly darkened. Xiao Huohuo looked at the glass. Brother Yuan, are you not drinking? Not yet. When the streetlights outside came on, I tossed him my phone. Call your sister-in-law. Tell her I am drunk. Tell her to come pick me up. Only then did I lift my glass, and down less than half a glass. Xiao Huohuo stared wide-eyed. Brother Yuan, you are really drinking? Yes, I am only acting pitiful. Not faking it to deceive her. If I want Bing Bing to soften, but cannot lie to her again, then I need to actually smell a little like alcohol. The alcohol slowly went to my head. Xiao Huohuo watched me slump over the table, and could not help asking, Brother Yuan, what if your wife does not come? If you cannot say anything nice, shut up. If she does not come, I will turn to stone in this tea house. After a while, Xiao Huohuo quietly reminded me, Brother Yuan, it looks like your wife really is not coming. You think I need you to tell me that? Do you think I cannot figure it out myself? I buried my face in my arms. If she does not come, I will die right here. She will definitely come collect my body. Xiao Huohuo sighed. Brother Yuan, you are truly drunk. As he spoke, he moved his phone beneath the table and sent someone a message. My eyes were closed, but I knew exactly what was happening. The fish had taken the bait. On the wedding day, I saw Xiao Huohuo and Liu Ryan exchange contact information. Bing Bing was probably at Liu Ryan's place right now. Xiao Huohuo sent the message. Bing Bing would surely hear about it. When the tea house was about to close, I was already sprawled beside the front steps. It was not that I wanted to lie there. Xiao Huohuo said the tea house would not let a drunk occupy a private room. After who knew how long, a familiar voice came from above me. Why are you just sitting by the door? I looked up. I saw Bai Ningbing. Liu Ryan stood beside her. Xiao Huohuo immediately complained. It is too late. The tea house is closing. Brother Yuan refused to leave no matter what. So we had no choice but to wait for you out here. Bing Bing, hug me. She crouched down and waved the hand in front of my eyes. Is he really drunk? No, I am perfectly sober. Liu Ryan studied me from the side. He can still talk, but he looks pretty drunk. I am not drunk. No one believed me. Together, they stuffed me into the back seat. Bing Bing sat beside me. Xiao Huohuo stood outside the car and waved. Sister-in-law, I will get Miss Liu home safely. Bing Bing, be careful on the way. I leaned against Bing Bing's shoulder, quite satisfied. That is my good brother. He even knows to see a girl safely home. Bing Bing glanced at me. To drunkards sitting outside a tea house. And you still think you are so noble? I froze for a moment. How did she hear my thoughts? Oh, I said it out loud. That is not important. What mattered now was earning my beautiful wife's forgiveness. I wrapped my arms around her waist, burying my face against her. Bing Bing, my darling wife, will you forgive me? Her body stiffened slightly. My heart leaped with joy. It was working. Being cute with Bing Bing really worked. I looked up at her, trying my best to look sincere. Those people out there all have ulterior motives toward you. I am the only one who is sincere about you. She lowered her eyes to look at me. Her lips pressed together as she fought a smile. How can you tell? Because I know those tricks. They will shamelessly get close to you, sweet talk, and deceive you, hoping to get something from you. By the end, my voice had grown quiet. After all, I used those same tactics to win you over. She was quiet for a moment. So, you were jealous? I nodded vigorously. Yes. Bing Bing has never carried me in a game. Why does that guy get you to carry him? She laughed in exasperation. That is Ryan's younger brother. He is only 17. He is underage. I felt even more wronged. Then I am still jealous. I am an adult. I am of legal age. We are legally married. You should play with me first. She could not hold back a laugh. If you do not believe me, ask Ryan. I have been with her these past few days. I believe you. How could I not believe you? I buried my face in the hollow of her shoulder again. Ryan is your best friend. Of course she would take your side. No need to ask her. I believe you completely. The car fell silent. I heard her let out a soft sigh. Fang Yuan. Do you know? You are really good at playing the victim. Am I not pitiful? She looked down at me. I did not dare look away. This time, she did not mention divorce again. She only asked, how much do you like me today? A little more than yesterday. What about tomorrow? Tomorrow, I will like you even more. Bai Ningbing chuckled softly. Then I like you a little more than I did yesterday, too. I froze. Half my drunken haze vanished. Really? She hummed an affirmation. You are my husband, and my only love. I melted completely. Bing Bing. I am so lucky today. Her fingertips lightly brushed my forehead. You will be even luckier tomorrow. Only later. Did I find out? I thought I had used every trick to win Bai Ningbing over. But on our wedding day, in a corner of the corridor, everything Yuan Zhong and I said. She had already heard. She knew I was no gentleman. She knew I had deliberately tried to steal her away. She agreed to change grooms. Not because I deceived her, but because she wanted to. As for her coldness afterward, leaving home, threatening divorce, all to scare me, half of it was anger, and half was to make me afraid. She wanted me to love her more and more, until I could not live without her. The car came to a smooth stop outside the Fang family home. Uncle Hao immediately came over. He tried to help me up. I stopped his hand. Uncle Hao, sometimes not knowing how to read the room, is a kind of illness too. Uncle Hao was stunned. I took Bingbing's hand and headed upstairs myself. I shut and locked the bedroom door, all in one smooth motion. I leaned against the door, looking down at her. Bing Bing. Are you still going to punish me today? She looked up at me, a trace of laughter still at the corners of her eyes. I am. I immediately stood straight. How will you punish me? She reached up and hooked a finger into my collar, pulling me a little closer. Your punishment is, tomorrow morning, you will play games with me. That is it. I did not dare look too disappointed. This was already wonderful. After all, I am Fang Yuan. Pushing my luck is what I do best. From stealing a bride to getting legally married. From friends to going public. From sharing a bed to morning kisses. From gaming together to all the tomorrows ahead. My wife is the woman I won over with my schemes. But from now on, I will spend my life proving it.